It's time to create a basic system for car movement in the scene and how we can change the views of the camera between several cameras. Alright, in this step, we want to make our basic movement system for our vehicle in our scene. For doing that, we want to go to sample scene, and I want to remove some useless objects. For example, this house, we don't need it, and also for the lights, we only need to have directional light and sphere, partial system, cylinder, sphere, cube, and all of these objects. And I want to keep only this car. Call it car. Okay, now let's save the scene. After that, I want to create a C# script inside of a script folder. Okay, we go to the scripts folder, and here we right click, create C# script, car movement. Perfect. We wait for compiler to compile our script. Alright, now attach this script to our car. Perfect. Now right click on it and click on edit script to go to the Visual Studio. Okay, now I want to remove this void start. It's not useful for us for now. Initially, we need to say what we want to do. Our purpose right now is I want to create a system for movement the car to forward and backward, and also for rotate to the right and left with the WASD of keyboard. Okay, now come back to the Visual Studio and we say public and float, for example, speed, car speed equal 1. Okay, for doing that, if I want to use keyboard or input something, I need to call a function from Unity Engine library. It's called input dot any order I want. For example, input mouse button, input joystick, or input key get button down, or something else. And also how we can implement it with if. What is the if? If it is the something for checking the situation. For example, if car speed equal 5. It is a one checker. If the car speed not equal 0, if the car speed more than 0 or less than 200, something like that, or any other checkers we need to have. For now, we say once the player press the button W. So we need to check it when exactly the player pressed the button W. So we will put this function inside of the if. Okay, we say input, input dot get key, and in here we say k code dot. Now we have access to all the buttons of keyboard, F1, F10, or H, help, home, insert, or joystick buttons if we want to use joystick PlayStation or Xbox, or I don't know, be the PC joysticks, or in here other types of keyboards, even the command and keyboard and buttons of the keyboard we call W. Okay, and we for check our function we say print double quotations go forward. Okay, let's save and come back to our scene. If we want to say the camera of the game, right now the camera of the game is here. If we want to put the camera of the game behind of the car, we need to put the camera in here. At first, we need to put the camera as a child of the car. Sorry. Okay, then set the position 0, 0, 0. It is the local position related to the position of car. Once you put an object as a child of another object, the position of the child of object is related on the parent's position, not the 0, 0, 0 position of the unity. So 0, 0, 0 position of main camera is the position of the car. It is the same for rotation as well. So we put the camera in here. And something like this. Okay, Control S. Now we will see in the game what will happen once we click or press and hold the button W. Right now I'm pressing. Right now, as you can see, it's going to go forward. If I pick up my finger, it stopped to do it. It is exactly that things we need. So in here we say, as we mentioned in the previous clip about the transform translate, we will use this function for our car movement as well. It is a very basic one, and we say transform dot translate, because our objects for going forward needs to move in the Z angle. For doing that, we say we don't need to have any movement in X, in Y, and comma the car speed. So if the car speed is equal 1, so our car will go forward with 1 meter per frame. So it is very fast. Let's come back to the scene, and we press W. As you can see, it is very fast. We're going inside of the train. But we can decrease it to something like 0.05. And now, perfect. It is good. Okay. Now we want to make a backward button for our car once we want to move in the opposite angle of Z. Only thing is we can duplicate, copy, and in here we say paste and change the W to S. And in here, because we want, if we want to go backward, so the number of the Z angle must be minus. And the changes of the number of Z angle must be minus. So we can say the minus speed of our car is equal for once we want to go backward. Backward, Control S, going back to the scene. Perfect. Now we save our game, and in here we go forward with W and S backward. It's perfect. Our car moves well. Okay, now I wanna rotate my car with another function. I say, okay, copy this place, Control C here. Okay, and I say Shift A, yeah, capital A, and I say transform dot rotate. It is for rotation the car. It's which angle exactly? Right now, as you can see, the angle of Z, if you want to rotate in this angle, so as you can see, the number of Y will be changed. If you change the angle of X, it will be rotated like this, or in Z, it will be rotated for this one. It's not suitable for us. For moving and for rotating the car, we need to change only the variable of Y. So we define another variable in here, public float rotate speed equal 1, and we say rotate in X, not 0, and comma rotate in Y equal rotate the speed, and rotate in Z equal 0. Now let's check what will happen in the game. Okay, I press A. Oh, it is so fast, and also it is in the wrong angle, because A is a left, but it's rotating in right. So we can add a minus in here, and also we say print go left, and duplicate this part in here, Control C, Control V, and change to D, and remove the minus, and also right. Perfect. Control S. And I propose to decrease the number of rotation, because it is too much. 0.05. Control S and go to the scene. Press A and press D. For example, I increase into 0.1 A D. It will be like this. We can increase it to 0.35. Perfect. Okay, remember, if you changed any variable of this script, it only works once you are in the play game. if you stop the game, it's come back to the default number. For example, right now we have decided, okay, this number is perfect for us, so Control C this number, copy, and once we stop, look at this, it's came back to the default number, and Control V. Okay, right now it has been saved. Once again, perfect. Okay, let's to fix a bug of our car. It makes no sense to rotate our car once we stopped. Look at this. It is not real. So we need to check the function of rotation must be working once we are moving, not in the stop position. So we need to define another variable. It's called public boolean equal, moving equal false. Once you moving, the rotations will be work, not once you stop the car. So the moving variable will be true once you press the W and S. In fact, the moving will be true, and in here you can say will be true. And also in the checkers of the rotation, we can do it with two solutions. The first solution is we can add another checker to this if with an and with shift 7, 2 of it, and we'll say once the moving equal true. With this structure you can check it. And also another solution is you can add another if inside of the if. So the moving, okay, perfect. It is another solution for checking the moving once you press a button. Let's come back to our scene, and as you can see we have a parameter in the script. It's called moving. Okay, all right, I press A and D, nothing happened. I'm pressing them, but it doesn't work. But once I press W, as you can see, the moving parameter has been true, and now I can rotate. But the problem in here is once I pick up my finger from W, it is still moving. Look at this, and I can rotate it. For fixing this problem, I need to stop and come back here. I need to add another checker to check the situation of once I pick up my finger from the button W and S, the moving change to false again. In here we add another if and write, okay, once I copy this part in here and here and say get key up, okay, and say moving equals false, and we print this situation to stop moving. I don't know, stop. something like that. We can do it with another if for s as well, or you can add another parameter. It's called shift backslash for or. This parameter equal up. All right. Now come back to the scene and let's check it works or not. Look at the moving. That's it. Now only in moving situation I can rotate, and once I stop my car I cannot do anything. Perfect. It is a simple movement system for my car, or even my character, or my robot, or my other vehicle in my simulator or my application. Another part of our plan is making several cameras for viewing the game and the scene. And for doing that, I say it is the main camera or camera 1. We right click on this one and duplicate and call the next one is camera 2, and we put the camera 2 in another position. For example, the position like this. If our camera is above of hood, like this. Perfect. Now I want to add another function to our script. It's say once I press F1 of keyboard, the camera 1 will be enabled, and once I press camera F2, the camera 1 will be disabled and camera 2 will be enabled. And also another camera for camera 3 for F3 for here. Okay, it is beautiful view. All right, now I say in here public camera, and we say cam1. Duplicate this part and say camera 2, camera 3. Okay, in here I want to add another if. I want to copy this part, add crochet, end of crochet in here, and we say k code equal f1. Okay, and I say if I press F1, for doing that I don't need to hold this button. I say only for one click, one press. We say get K down. It's one tap. We say camera 1 is set active. No, camera 1 dot game object, because the camera is the component of that object. I want to call the game object of that camera. We say camera 1 dot game object dot set active. In here we say true, because once we press F1, the camera 1 will be enabled and active. And in here cam2 dot game object dot set active equal false, And in here, again, cam3.gameObject.setActive equal false. So once we press F1, the camera 1 will be active, and the camera 2 and camera 3 will be deactive. It is the same for other cameras. We say F2 and copy this one for camera 1 and copy the true for camera 2. It is the same for camera 3. Say 3, this one for camera 3, and copy the false for camera 2. Okay, let's back to the scene. In here, we say camera 1 to camera 1, camera 2 to camera 2, and camera 3 to camera 3. And as a default mode, we say I want to be in camera 1 mode. Let's start the game. I press F2. Okay, as you can see, the camera 1 and camera 3 have been deactivated, and we have our camera 2 and F3. F2, F1, F3, F1. Okay, and F2. Perfect. As a last step of our camera system management, I want to add another system for if we have an overall camera in the scene, not attached to the car. Say camera. Here we say overall camera in here, and we put this overall camera in this position. Okay, and we say copy in here, and we say overall cam. Copy this part in here and set active false. Perfect. And copy this part for here and also for here. Now I want to add another key button in here for F4 once we want to see the overall view of our train with a car. Something like this. And we can change the angle of our scene, something like this, and disable. And remember, we need to add our overall camera to here. Play the game. Okay, F2, F3, and F4. Oh, why F4 doesn't work? Aha, because I say F4. And okay, now stop and play the game again. F4. Perfect. It is very beautiful. And we can create a system beautiful. More than beautiful, this one, we say the overall cam dot transport. It means the position and rotation of the overall cam object dot look at. Now the target of this look at is transform. It means the car. Once we press F4 in the keyboard, the overall cam will follow the car and look at it all the time. This very beautiful option. Look at this. F3, F2, F1, and F4. Perfect. Okay, we have our movement system and our camera system with the several cameras and look at system. Okay, let's go to the next step.